Okay, good evening everyone, how are we all doing? So we're just going to get the stream underway in a second. Sorry, it's taking a bit longer to get set up tonight. Just trying to get a bit more last minute thinking about what I want to do today. I also just need to quickly post my chat, my Twitch link everywhere, so people know where to come. So, how is everyone today? How are we all doing? Lovely day for it, it sure is. Perfect. Right, yes, so this is the third day in a row I've been streaming. I think I love it. I think I'm in love with it. I think I'm enjoying it too much. So we'll see how tonight goes. I want to get as much planned today as I can. And then we can crack on with building. So what I want to do first is probably talk you through a thing I've built. Not built, but a thing I've made called a mood board. And it's a selection of all the buildings I wish to add to this area, or at least the styles of them. So I'm trying to quickly just work out how I can get this up. I might just have to quickly change what I'm showing that on. Will it work? But yes, so anyway, what you guys been up to today while we're trying to figure out this? There we are. Is that going to work? Is that going to change for a black screen? Probably not. No, that doesn't seem to want to do it. Okay, never mind. Yes. Let me just put that back over there. We'll try and figure this out in 2 seconds. But yeah, so I kind of just want to get this little mood board idea going up. So I'm just trying to figure out what to do, what I've done wrong. It shouldn't be anything actually. And then with that, we can start working out where we want things to go. Because the town, this area of town's huge, and we need to kind of work out exactly what we need to do. There is so much going on here. So let me just have a go. Yeah, I'm not probably going to get this up on screen. That's annoying. I've been trying to look at this for a little while and trying to get it up. I thought I had it working. Let me just add that source. There we go. I have it working for you guys. There we are. We can see it now. So this is my mood board of a selection of Victorian and Edwardian buildings taken from around the south coast of England. These ones you're looking at now are from Boscombe. As we work our way down the list, you can see there is a theme running through them all. They've got this slight Gothic feel to them, and that's because they are a later Victorian building. What you can also see here is I've discovered a water tower I'm going to build in that spot we spoke about. It's not going to be a round circular one. It's going to be quite a big austere one. Then we've got a few more buildings through here, again taken from the local area around Boscombe and Christchurch. I was thinking about adding maybe another big old Georgian house into it, but we'll see how much time we have left with this build. Again, a few more Edwardian and Victorian buildings coming through. Yeah, I'm trying to get a good old feel, get my mind, the juices flowing as to where and what I want to do. Like these ones here are a good example of buildings you can put on their own out towards the edge of town, which is kind of what we're building here. I then wanted to get some ideas for buildings that have a different shape on the side, so we've got a couple of here from New Milton. And then we've got some more terraced houses which are going to go in around the school area. And just a couple of more buildings that I thought were quite interesting. And obviously Emsworth Road, which is what we were planning out yesterday quite extensively. The school, and then a few more buildings. The Baptist Church. Those other buildings we started planning out yesterday. The church itself, and then a few more just other buildings. So yeah, you can see here there is definitely a theme running through here. And that is brick. So it's going to be quite heavily on the brick side. But it doesn't have to look bad at all. We can make it work, I think, quite nicely. And then another pub as well on the exterior, which we based on that one we demolished a few episodes ago. But yeah, you can see I've got quite the list here. So we're gonna work our way through getting this all set up. But yes, so today what I want to do is just try and figure out where these things are going to go. Like what we're going to do with them, because this is huge, this project. And this is going to double the town probably by half, so I don't know how we're going to be able to figure this out, but we'll see. let's get on over to the game. So how's everyone this evening? Anyone been up to anything today? What's up? Oh, those are cute houses. Thank you. Just sort of saying where we're going to put them in our town. In and around this area, perhaps. Perhaps. It's exactly where we're going to put them. So yesterday's stream we built not much. Well, actually no, we did loads. This whole area got terraformed again. We brought in the road. I'm not sure what I was thinking doing with that over there. I may have to change that up a little bit more. We'll see. Might even put the bridge in today just to get that as a nice heavy point that we can work towards. But those houses I showed you, the more standalone ones, will definitely sit here. And then these terraced houses will sit on the inside here and up this road as well, because we're going to put the workhouse in here. And then as we extend ourselves down this road, we'll definitely get some more of those Edwardian builds coming out this way. And also up this road. That's another road out. And then possibly have the pub somewhere. We'll see. We've got a pub there, obviously. And then we're going to have to develop a way of building Edwardian buildings on a diagonal through here. And put a nice little feature in here. A couple of buildings up here. Yeah, it's kind of a point where I don't know where to stop, and it's maybe the death of me, but we will see. I think this is looking really nice now, guys. I'm getting a bit happier with this. So let me turn the shaders off and sit back and rock in my chair slightly again while I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. We may have to take to doing some terraforming for a bit, actually, while everything sort of settles down in my mind as to where things need to go. Back over this way, actually, to get a bit more done. Although this area could do with quite heavy, extensive terraforming, especially to get this workhouse in. It's quite a big building, so let me just tie in this. But yeah, so I'm excited to try and get this video put together, because I don't know how it's going to work doing all of this stuff in one video. It's going to be a long old video, which is kind of why once I get this all planned out properly, I'm going to open it up to my builders to come have a little go with it, so they can also help add these buildings in. So I'll be able to just give you guys a reference. Oh, is that what's going on there? Yeah, I'll be able to give them a little reference as to what these buildings were. Oh, it's a bit of sand, a bit of grass that got caught up there, and we can have a go. What are you doing today? So today I'm planning again still, not building anything, I don't think. Got to get this all planned out so we can start building soon. Building will commence hopefully tomorrow. Says very hopefully. If not tomorrow, at some point this week. I've already got a couple of videos now planned for getting out this week and next weekend. So I'm okay-ish, aside from actually editing them with what my content's going to be this week. So it's kind of got me in a good spot to get some building done. And I haven't been in that good spot for a long while in terms of having time to build. So yeah, I don't know. MS Builds, Carter, are you guys watching the stream? Would you like to come and possibly give me a hand with terraforming this area, so we can get this going a bit quicker? I don't want to bore these guys at home for too much with what we're doing over here. Thoughts on the Leafy is here ban? Don't know enough about it to really comment on it. I mean, I only know of him from years ago, but again, I don't really care much for any of that YouTube drama stuff. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't affect me. It's just too toxic for my likings. Ah, hello. Hang on. What happened there? Right, so where do you need terraforming? Everywhere. So the only issue with my main issue with having people on to help is I like things done a certain way, and I have this plan in my head of how everything should go, but I need to delegate a bit more. That's the only way you can get these things done. So the water tower, that's going to be Water Tower Lane. No. We're not flattening anything out. we are carefully carefully changing stuff, bringing in levels and landscaping, not flattening anything out. So we'll try to tie it in. I want to keep this river, not possibly 100% as it is. We may have to dig it out a bit more and bring the banks down to it. But once this gets put in, yeah, gotta get that buff land. Yeah, we gotta make this look really nice. Oh, thank you, polite shark. Welcome. I'm gonna thank you. Lovely stuff. So we've got another subscriber. Welcome to the stream. I mean, I know you. You've been around a long time. You were in our Discord as well. So thank you. That's very kind. So what I want to do is, yeah, have this area a bit tidier. Probably take it down to there. I wouldn't say smooth as such. It's. So what's happening is we need all this area so it ties in together. So we're taking the natural landscape and we're adjusting it. So tend to use cylinders of sand to do that because it helps fill in the cracks so you can get across better. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a terraforming heavy video today, guys. I'm just having thoughts in my head now of kind of how I want this land to look a bit more. So this bridge is going to go across here. This needs to be built up to it. And then once it's over there, starts going into fields and open terrain. So that'd be quite nice to do once we can. Undo 5 of that. Yeah, so I'm really happy I put together that little mood board now of stuff because it's going to give me a bit more of an incentive to be able to build and be able to get things going. I can see you down there, Random, trying to help. Thank you. That's very nice of you to come over and give me a hand. So the two most important brushes you've got really are a cylinder of air, which I like to put as a bit smaller than my cylinder of sand, which I'm using to bring in the new land. So are we saying this road needs to come back up? Yes, it does. So let's build that up a little bit. Try my best not to ruin that road, but it's going to happen, I think. Which means I can push this contour out a bit more now. Which would be okay if we can get some buildings in there now. And that also can mean I can then push this contour out a bit more. There we go. Because it was looking a bit small before. But this is kind of a taste of what's to come now with how I'm going to do these building projects. I find myself doing too little per building project. Oh no, you've had enough of terraforming already. And I want to do more per video, so you guys have something more to. I want to make them epic, so we'll see how this one turns out. Gotta go eat. Oh, okay, that's fine. It wasn't just you rage quitted. It's like, this is too much work, and then just flips PC over. And rage quitting. Oh, okay. I'm happy I didn't finish doing these roads 100% last night. Okay, that's like that. Comes sweeping down this way. Like that. Let's give it a bit more. Yeah, okay, so this is interesting. Perhaps you should do master cover the grass with dirt only. What? But I don't, well, I could do. We kind of want to terraform everything though. It's not just grass and dirt here. And to be honest, I haven't really got a big issue with losing the roads. Yeah, I'm just making the layer. Ah, lovely. We got new follower. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? We are not on Bedrock version, no. And I would never add a random person that just jumps into stream and says add me. I'm sorry, that's not something we do here. Yeah, so it's definitely going to be a chilled stream tonight, guys, while we get this done. Okay, so that is where, yeah, the Union Workhouse is going to be. Between these two levels, which will be okay. Water tower off in this direction. I don't want to make a mess, but I have made a mess. Let me bring this back up. Yeah, I think the answer to that question is people play it is mainly because it's their friends. They want to play with their friends on different consoles. I get that. It's because those guys aren't playing Minecraft for the same reason we're playing Minecraft. So each their own when it comes to playing Bedrock over Java, but honestly, if you're doing it for building, you're sort of cutting, you're cutting off your nose to spite your face in that sense. I might have that a bit bigger actually. I got into a conversation on Twitter about this the other day. I mean, I sparked the conversation, but I was told that grass looks a bit more vibrant on Bedrock, and that's why someone likes to play it more. And I was like, oh, okay. Is that really a selling point? I wouldn't say that was a go-to selling point for myself, but okay. Evening all, how are we doing? Welcome back to the stream. Yes, good, thanks. Sorry we cut it quite short after you joined yesterday. How are you today? So what I'm doing here is I'm changing the level on the other side of the road, so that's probably a better way of doing this. The only reason why I play Bedrock Edition is because I honestly don't have anyone to play Java with. Yeah, exactly, and that's what I mean. So that's my one argument for it, I guess. People like to play it with their friends. Where we're here building a city, well, not even a city together, building different cities on a server, it's a bit different. So right, I'm quite late to the party yesterday. Good, thanks. What's the plan for this evening? The plan for this evening is to plan the rest of Walhampton so I can build all of it, as this person's just said in the chat here. Yeah, I'm pretty much building the entirety of Walhampton in this one stream. No, so I've got myself what I like to call a mood board. Let me show you my mood board if you haven't already seen it. This is my selection of houses I wish to build in this area. So we're going to have to get through. I found myself a water tower, by the way, zoological, and we're going to get that suck in at some point. But loads more houses, loads of different styles, loads of different colours. But this is what we're going to go for through here. I'm scrolling through this quite quickly because we've only just sort of shown it about 10-15 minutes ago. But there's a lot to do, a lot to plan for. So what I am currently doing is trying to plan it all out, to be honest. Yeah, I'm also trying to terrace, and I don't. But yes. Yeah, Carter, the best way to do that is just imagine it's flat. Have you seen my angled terraced houses that I built on the stream on Saturday? How do you learn to use Word Edit apart from practice, of course? Practice. And so the best way to use Word Edit is the same way that I was taught to use AutoCAD for my job. You kind of have to have a reason to use it. Like, you need to know, you want to complete a task, and in order to do that task you must do a series of semi-little tasks and know the commands in which you can get that task done. So let's say you want to move something somewhere. Okay, you need to find out how to move things. You need to find out how to take 2 points and go, okay, I can move it, you know, in one direction or another direction. If you type the letters, that's down. You know, you can move it 10 blocks to the left, and now it moves like that. So you kind of have to work out, you have to have a goal in your head as to what you want to do with the Word Edit. It's less of a case of just going, I'm just gonna use Word Edit. You need to have a clear reason as to what you're trying to do. So if you have that, the best thing to do then is just to find the commands you need and start practicing. Honestly, Word Edit's so useful if you know the commands. Yeah, exactly. So that's what I was going to say. So if you want to learn the commands, you then just have to go out and do a little bit of a quick search, because it's so proliferant and so everyone so much uses it. It's quite easy to find out questions to your answers if you have any, and then it's go from there really, and then never look back. Because Word Edit is the most useful mod in the game. So much so they brought in some aspects of it, didn't they? Yes, oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I remember I did it in my first year as well, but I now do it as a job, so it's kind of just something I do a lot of. Right, let's turn this into grass again so we can get a better idea of what we're looking at. At the moment, it's all looking a bit odd. Let me move this bit of wood. Let's use that one. So let's do a BR already. We can probably do a sphere of 220. Yeah, and let's mask 12. I use Word Edit mostly for terraforming, and it always looks so much better than hand-done terraforming, and it's always so much faster. Exactly. Doing terraforming by hand is just I don't know why if you have the choice of using Word Edit, I would never do it by hand. I mean, this is all looking a bit messy, but this isn't final. This is literally just me trying to get some shapes on the ground so we can start putting a couple more roads through here and sort out this this mess of a river. Oh man. So what I'm going to do, I need a hard boundary. And as MS Builds knows, I like to just keep planning and building, and well, as all of you know, because I've got everything everywhere here. But this river is going to be my hard boundary for this area, so I'm going to build everything up to it, so we can sort of see how it's meant to go. Don't worry about any of that. We're going to change the riverbed in a bit anyway. So, yeah. I think what needs to happen here is these contours need to come out as well. This road, it needs to go across like that, yeah. Ah, cool, thanks, I'm illiterate. Welcome to the stream as well. So, yes. But yeah, no, it's nice. We seem to have quite a few people watching tonight, which is lovely stuff. Always good to see people about. I'm really enjoying like these back-to-back streams I've been doing. It's got to the case now of this has become my evenings, which is quite nice. So what water tower did you opt for? Well, I think I showed it quite quickly on this little mood board. I'll come back to it in a second. It's actually one in Boscombe. In Dorset, and this is it here. It's a fairly austere looking building. It is Victorian, and it's fairly big. This is what is that? 5 stories? 4 stories. Well, 5. You got the front door. So we're gonna go with that, and that'll do the whole water supply for Walhampton. Water towers are meant to be quite big. You're not gonna build a small one, so we'll have to see how it looks. Up over here, but it should dominate the landscape a little bit, which would be quite nice. There's some bay window terraces over here. Oh no. So this whole area needs to slope off down this way. Someone ruined my river. So what this river is, it's also feeding the canal at this point as well. So guys, get buckled up. This is tonight. This is what we're doing tonight. I'm biting so many bullets and finally committing to getting this whole area terraformed. Because I look at the map and I cry. I cry with the desperation of there's so much left to do. And I also cry with the ideas that I've messed up so much. See, this is what happens when you have ideas. You jump to it, you try and do something, and then you back out. And Walhampton is paying the price for that by never going to get finished. Because I've been so distracted with stuff. When I get around to building my new towns, they're going to be different because I'm going to plan them from the centre out and do it properly. Quite like the one unusual to extent. Do you normally see very wide ones, usually more narrower? I quite like that one. Yeah, it is. It's quite a weird shaped one. Let's see how it fits into this world. It looks like it would translate into Minecraft quite nicely because of the width on it. It's got the windows quite far spaced apart. I've only just seen it today. I've travelled past it on the train a few times, many times actually, and I've always looked at it and gone, okay, what is that? And I finally stumbled across it today by accident. I wasn't even looking as such, but yeah, so it's there. We're gonna have a go with it. But let's dig all this out a little bit. See what we're getting to get to. Yeah, I do apologise if you guys aren't that interested in terraforming, or if this stream suddenly goes quite quiet while I'm trying to think, but these are the sort of things you just got to do, unfortunately, and I thought they were quite nice to get you guys involved with, because Otherwise, it's just me trying to terraform for hours and it gets a bit dull myself. So having someone to talk to and keep the conversation going is always a pleasant option. Okay. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. But yes, now you guys have seen my actual plans for this area in terms of what buildings I want. I think we're going to go on quite happily with that sort of stuff soon enough. I'm going to drag this on all the way down this way. So I hope it all comes to fruition quite well. It's kind of scared me now because I've got such a list of buildings. Like I sat on Google Maps just before I started the stream and I went, right, I'm going to finally go around and take screenshots and screen clippings of everything I've ever looked at that I've always gone, that would look nice here, and finally put them in. So that is something, I guess. Whether we can put them in is an entirely different story. I guess we can actually start bringing this back up. Yeah, okay. That can be at that level there. Because this is kind of going to be a bit of a hill. So what I'm trying to do is just fill this area in between these two hills, but I don't want to make it so it's so boring and flat. So I will raise this up one level here as well. So there's a bit of a bank between this section and the river down there, but I don't want to change the direction that we're going to be moving this landscape in too much apart. Yep, okay. I mean, it is what it is. Like I always say, we can come back through and have another go with this once we've put in some more roads. So I'm tempted... What am I tempted to do here? I'm tempted to have probably a little road that comes off there and maybe goes off down to the lock. Or we have this road carrying on across the top of the canal down to the lock. Don't really know. Have a little think, you guys. See what you think. But, yes. But hopefully once we get those new buildings in and this town starts to really get a bit more diverse in its terms of building structures, then it'll look great. But not going to lie, I haven't really had much in the way of Edwardian sort of styling yet, so we're going to have to see how they turn out, but it should be alright. MS Builds has some examples I can inspire myself from. Because I know he's built quite a few over in Lymington. I really must drag Jamie around at some point. Right, let's get this all filled in up to this level. That also means we can bring this out a bit as well. kind of connects in now with that a bit better. So I'm not 100% worried about this road through here. I can always come back and redraw that road in. But what I'm more worried about is the lay of the land around here. And trying to get it a bit more coherent. Enough so we can actually get some buildings down it. So that connects in like that, okay. Honestly, either way is good, okay. What? I don't remember what the question was. Roads. Oh, okay, right. Probably going to connect this all the way down. Tie it into about there. That seems to be the prevailing sort of contour in this area. So we can probably bring this one down a bit more. Yeah, about there. Right, okay. I see what I'm trying to do here. Can get quite fiddly putting these contours in. Because you want to try and keep some variation without making it look too flat, but you also don't want to make it look too jagged. So I'm guessing I'm doing an alright job, because MS Builds hasn't come and relieved me of my duties yet. Well, I don't know if he's... Are you watching? I don't know if he's even watching. I think he's got the football on. Right, I say clear this area out. That's fair enough. Okay. You're not watching me butcher this landscape, then that's fine. Let's get this all integrated. Lovely stuff. Right. Let's bring this base round. Bring this one round as well. Perfect stuff. Oh, good evening, Bradley David. How's it going? Welcome to our Sunday night stream. How are you doing today? I mean, I don't know why we want to take that one down when we can always take it. It's the road here. Because the road needs to come back up. It's kind of a bridge. So the contours are going to have to... come back round at some point. We have got a slight weirdness there. Okay. Let's try and egg that out. Egg that out. I don't think it's not a phrase you tend to use for trying to get a contour working, but we can try and egg it out. I'm okay putting my pictures together and planning build for Bamberg. Oh, nice. Bamborough. Yeah, I've been to Bamborough Castle up in Northumberland. I also went to another one that was just down the road from there, more ruined. Begins with a D. I can't remember how to pronounce it. You had to walk over a golf course to get to it. Ah, Jack Jeep, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Alright, let's quickly colour this all in. Good, thanks. I've new gear. What? Okay, what's that? Sorry, I've been here for a while. Oh right, okay. Oh, you were just saying hi. Cool, that's okay. Yeah, we need conversation going again. I'm not in the best of talkative moments because I'm trying to concentrate, but yeah. Try to get this area sort of tied in up here. Yeah, not too fussed about that road. Right. See, the thing is with this, it's worth doing this properly now than having to suffer later on when I mess around. Let's get that in properly. Don't know what I've done there, but I'm going to undo 10 and see where it takes us back to. Right. Let's take all this back a couple of bits. Let's try to get these layers in here properly. Okay. Right, let's see how this goes. Oh, why do I keep doing that? I'm currently planning a castle based on one near me, but it's going to be a private residence. Oh, cool. Do you ever change the Y level of the river water? Well, I only change really the rivers if they're in a canal. So yeah, I do change the height of the water level when it's in a canal. Oh no. Okay. What I'm trying to do is just tie it in nicely to this point here, because all these contours are going to go back to this one point. I think we're getting there. And now let's do this one. Right, let's paint it all and see how it looks. A bit better, I think. Don't know. Bunny Bond, how are you doing? Oh my god, still terraforming. Yes, I'm still terraforming. Oh, I'm just using circles all over the place. I'm still terraforming because we've still got a lot to try and figure out what to do. I told you there's no building going to be on this stream tonight. It's all town planning. But what I will be doing is going for a quick break while I reconsider my life choices and have a little think about what to do with the rest of this area. But we do need to put that road back in. So we'll get that in a second. But yes, right, I will leave you and I'll be back in a minute. Hello, I'm back. So, I think we need to do some more terraforming. Are the words that you guys don't want to hear. But I just want to get this area between the river and the canal finished so we can put some actual plots down, get the roads in, move our attentions back up to the other side of town, and then we can finally start getting some buildings down. Because honestly, I want to tick this area off and move on, because it's given me all sorts of headaches. But yeah, there is so much to do still, so let's do it. I love terraforming. Well, that's cool because it's nice, it's chill, we can have some fun with it. What's going on here in the chat then? Doing fine. I've had to take a break from building to finish my summer reading project. Oh, cool. But yeah, lovely stuff. So we've passed 200 followers. I obviously that was how it was last night. So we're still building our way up through. It was great fun. Great stuff indeed. So let's get back into it. I'm just checking Discord to see if anything's happened. Nothing seems to have happened. That's fine. Right. Let's go. So, where were we? I'm trying to get this road in now. I think we're ready for the road to pop on through. It'll go up there still. So we'll come back to that in a minute. Let's just get this little triangle section here sorted. We can probably take this all down. Cool, well that's fine then guys, thank you. As long as you are happy with watching a bit of terraforming, we will terraform away. Right, let's go break out what we've got here for sand wise already, because that's all sandstone. We'll see what's going on here. This is a lovely mess. Look at it. Look how messy that is. Hopefully I don't destroy this like canal basin we've got in there, because that'd be annoying. So who's done this to my... So that's going to connect in. This river is going to carry on into the canal this way. So I'm going to probably get a smaller brush out quickly. Probably go for 0 and maybe even a size 4. Let's get on close and personal with this. So you see a lot of canals around that have little feeder channels in them, and that is where the rivers have been sort of redirected to feed into the canals, because canals need water. When you have a lock, you obviously lose water each time you open and close it, and so this lock here will takes you up, going up into that area over there. So this river has been redirected to flow down into the down section, I think, or is it going to be pumped up into the top? Might have to build a pumping house up here. We shall see. But nevertheless, this river needs to join in somewhere. What is the water level here? 62. What's the water level here? 62. Okay, so that's at a reasonable level. Oh yeah, I can remember why I was doing that now. Yep. You can see how this is all connected, and you know, it's all got to look good and eventually look good on the map as well to make it all worthwhile. So I'm going to take all this back a little bit and figure out where this river's going to connect in. Yeah, I'm not the best with doing rivers, but yeah. We'll see how it goes. Don't make it too wide. Right, we might have to follow this up with a bit more canal building as well. Yeah, that's the other video I want to make this week, how to build a canal, because might as well do it while I still remember how to build a canal, before I have to relearn myself. But the canal will just give us a nice little hard boundary to build up against. So what we saying the water level goes up by then? 1, 2, 3. It goes up by 3. Okay. Interesting. There will definitely need to be a pumping station here then. Oh no. So, I mean, I could... Yeah, I'm trying to be as careful as I can and not remove any of this blue wall. He says removing some of the blue wall. Right, we're going to consult the map quickly and see where this river's running to. So it goes under the canal. Okay. What I'm going to do is redirect it so it runs alongside the canal and back into the river that we've got up there. That way we can also have a little channel that then does go to a pumping station that gets pumped up into the canal itself. But you will find this, that canals run alongside rivers rather than being intertwined, and it'll all be to do with the level difference in how the canal needs to run. This river needs to be extended. It will come down this way. Yeah, connect in here. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Right, we'll sort that out. The more you do, the more there is to do. Oh man, it gets a bit it gets a bit much sometimes. So let's get this going. When I set out this goal of finishing Walhampton, I knew there was a lot left. I knew there was too much left. So yeah, any help will be appreciated from my builders. And the support from you guys in the stream as well just helps me want to build this. If we end up streaming every night this week, we end up streaming every night this week. It's it may or may not happen. But hey, at least it's getting some content for my new channel as well, so that's all good. This is such an epic project. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and it's because I've neglected certain areas of it, and I've now got a different plan in my mind on how I want to do some sections, so it's only going to get bigger. Right. So this river now goes... So meanders this way, and then cuts back in on itself this way. It's sort of been canonised as well. Or yeah. Clicks in this way. That bit gets cut off, I think. Yeah. Unless we have the canal going over a river. That would look epic. Maybe we'll have a look. So this now needs to come round this way. Do that. But yeah, so what's everyone working on this time round? Anything interesting? I know we've pretty much asked that question every night this week, but if anyone is working on anything different, then let me know. No complaints here. Cool. Yeah, me neither. I hope it never finishes. I like watching it. That's all right. There's no end to ideas in my head for getting stuff built. Not just in Walhampton, just in the whole of Whiteburg in general. I can never see this project being 100% finished, and that's the idea. So, you know, the channel is growing with it. We've got a good following, and it's getting nicer and nicer each time we keep growing. So, yeah. Changing up with some world or warships ATM. Oh, cool. Yeah, I could do with playing a different game for a little bit sometimes. Like I told you in many streams, I will be cracking out some different games on this stream at some point. Once we're done with this little project, while I burn out. Working on a fort ATM. Oh yeah, that's cool. That's an interesting looking fort you built there. Nice to have one. We haven't got any forts yet, so that's good. That carries on around there. What's that? Application street, slowly but steadily. Yeah, no worries, no rush on that. Please never feel pressured into applying to be on here. You are welcome no matter what. I think we've added you to the Whitebergian list, have we not? Alright, this is taking some form of shape now. Okay, we're not going to have that river running under that canal then. We're going to have it... where are we going to have it going? We're going to have it going back out into Westbourne Bay. Yeah, makes more sense. Actually, we could have it running under it at that pool. I don't know if that pool's going to get filled in. Not sure yet, not sure. All I do know is that river needs to bend up that way. Cool. Oh, what's that? Dissertation due on Tuesday on how to architectural conversion in historical city centres. Wow. I mean, wow. I guess you are at the right sort of place for this to be as a hobby as well. That's crazy. If you like tactic-based stuff, for the warships is recommended for you. Oh, cool. I want to be building my Skelly farm. Yeah, exactly. Asher NC, welcome to the stream. How's it going? I recognise your name from last night. How are you today? How was it meant to be? How to was not meant to be in the other comment. Oh, right, okay. Right. Okay, so this bit of the river gets filled in. That's fine. That bit carries on like that. Hey, we're getting somewhere now. We're getting somewhere. I have no idea how to build this, making it look nice with this. I'm a noob at playing, typing sometimes, no worry. Well, it's not every day you re-change it. Where's this brick come from? Yeah, it's not every day you realign a river. So this river needs a name, by the way. It's like a little stream type river, so any name will be appreciated. Have a look around Google Earth if you wish. Google Maps in the local area to myself and Lymington, so see if you can find anything of any interest. Oh, I guess there was no? Oh. Okay. I was going to say, I thought there was a sand temple here. What was that? What was the take? Sorry. Sorry, I was asking if you guys could look me up a river name for this river. Maybe take it from the local area around Lymington or something, or around Hampshire. Have a little look. Have a little look. See what you come up with. River Birch. River Birch. It's not in the Great Birch Forest, this though, so it wouldn't be right. You got it. Cool. Have a little look. See what you come up with. Remember, we named the big pond last time. What did we call it? We called it the Otterbourne Lake or something. Otterbourne Lake. Yeah, that was it. Right. Hello again. Hello again. Welcome back to the stream. I remember you here from last time. Maybe Samson River. Have you built a port before? Could make one up by the northwest of the map. River White. Don't really want to call it that. It's a small little river. The White River will run through Whiteburg. So what we could call it is, but no, yeah. So the idea, Sheep, is this area up here is going to be a port. It's going to be based on the town of Portchester over near Portsmouth with a nice fort on it and that. So we'll build it up there, but also another port, like a proper big port, is going to be up here in Hampwick, which were built like Southampton with a nice big port on it. Where's that going? Who's done that? Yeah, so that'd be pretty cool. But this area actually is going to get filled in. This isn't going to be a lake as such or a waterway here. It'll get filled in up to the point of around about here. So that all gets filled in. That railway line carries on across there. But yeah, right, let's get back on to game. River line, the River Claddew. So the line would be too close to the Lime, which is not Lime. We have the Lime Moor already, and that is the River Lime Moor is the other river here. This one. This is the main River Lime Moor that goes all the way down through Hambridge as well. Goes out to Lymouth. Could remake the Cutty Sark, isn't that Victorian? It is. Avon Water. So Avon Water is then the name for this bit of river that already exists as well. So I've already exhausted those levels of local ones. The Cutty Sark, yes, that'd be quite cool to do. I would like to build a couple of Victorian ships and even later ones. We've already got a couple. I think this is, I can't remember what that was. But there seems to be a couple of ships here. Maybe, might have even been the Dreadnought. But yeah, River Stool. Okay. The River Irving. Irving sounds quite nice. If it doesn't get a name, I'm thinking Meon, only because of the sort of location of it. Or maybe in the Olver. I don't know. Yeah, the Cutty Sark. Yeah, that's an interesting one. Looks like a renowned class battle cruiser or the Queen Elizabeth class with full modernisation. Sears River, Bewley River. Oh, yeah, we can call it Bewley River. Let's do that then. Let's call it Bewley River, because yes, okay, we'll call it that because ultimately, not gonna lie, this area over here. Let's get the bearings in here. Where the river runs to is going to be Bewley. So, there we go. Thank you, Sheep, for naming that. This is now the Bewley River, and this is the Lymouth. Yeah, I mean, it makes perfect sense as well. So, yeah, we'll have it that then. 1912, you could have the Titanic. It left Southampton in April that year, so technically it left Whiteburg on its maiden. No, it left Hamwick on this year. It will be built in the town that is going to be based on Southampton. So the Titanic will sit up here, being sort of loaded before it goes off. I don't even know if, have we had the Titanic built? No, that's not the Titanic. Yeah, makes sense. Another Titanic for the millionth Minecraft. Yeah. Does seem to get built everywhere, doesn't it? But yeah, it's one of those iconic ships that just needs to be built. Plus, if we're building a place based on Southampton, everyone knows Southampton for it. Yes, that is that one. Right, anyway. You have all distracted me. We now have the Bewley River running through here. Perfect name for it. Carter's puns there are just on point. Alright. So I'm trying to envision how this is going to look. I'm trying not to make it look a mess that it currently is. Well, the more you sort of work at this sort of thing, the better the end product ends up, no matter how messy it looks now. So, or that's what I tell myself in order to make things carry on before I just give up and call in some professionals to help me. I mean, we get distracted easily. Seems we get it from you. Yeah, we all get distracted easily in this. There's so much to get distracted by. That's the thing. When you got a plan of this size and this scale, it's very hard to stay on topic. Well, it is on topic still. It's just there's a lot of topics to talk about. So I don't know. So my only worry, not even worry, my concern is like, how do I brand all of these towns as different projects on YouTube? I can have, let's build an English town, let's build a town, let's build another town. It's kind of like, it's going to get to a point where everyone goes, what are we doing? How many towns are you building? So I guess we'll do, the one for Hampwick can be, let's build a harbour town, or a dock town. And we can build, oh yeah, then we can build the Titanic as that. What's the server name? The server is called Hampwickshire because that was the original idea for this when I made the world back in April last year. This is true, all nerds in one place, can't go wrong. Exactly, yeah. We're all just sitting here chilling. But anyone that's just joined the stream, I've noticed there's a few more people in the view counter there. Welcome. Today we are terraforming the bejesus out of everything again. Trying to get a clear cut as to what's going on with this side of Walhampton. Currently I am sitting here trying to figure out how I want all of this to look. It's quite hard to do. Are you going to build Hampwick? Yes, I'm going to build Hampwick. So all the name towns that are pretty much in Hampwickshire are all mine. Not to be an ongoing series, so and so building Hampwickshire, insert new town. I guess we can call it building Whiteburg and then add a new town once this series gets a bit more, sorry, once this channel gets a bit more established. But it's more of a kind of I've done myself an injustice with naming Walhampton as I did, in the sense of I should have just named it let's build an English town, or building an English town. It would have had a bit more clout, I would say, from the beginning. I mean, now it's fairly synonymous with what we're doing here, so that's nice, and it's managed to become quite a thing. But on the outside, to anyone sort of looking in, they wouldn't know what on earth it is. So it's kind of a case of I need to brand a bit better, brand my videos a bit better when I put them out to the world. So Top Panda Boy, welcome to the stream. How is it going? Is this your first time here? I don't think it is. I do recognise that name. Nope, cool. But would that not be part of the law to find out what it's about? No, it's true, it is. And I think I would call it probably building Whiteburg, let's build Hampwick or something, or building, what would you say? Yeah, building Whiteburg, insert new town, Hampwick, part 1, Minecraft Victorian town. Yeah, that is true. It's kind of a case of I don't know if I want to include what I'm doing in that one or just the part. It's all weighing up what works better in the Minecraft world. Did that have water in before? I don't know. I'm losing track of reality here. My issue is I've been told by so many different people on how to do things. It's kind of a case of, oh, how do I, what, is this the best? I don't know. I think everyone's had certain levels of success doing things one way or another. But I guess you just got to raise above it all. Undo. Oh. If you were to start a city, what building would you start with? Train station. Yeah, it's definitely food for thought. And that's kind of the thoughts I like to go through. Right, well this is looking... Yes. Where is the water level? So what level should be here? So we've got fairly shallow banks on this side. Cool. Okay, so what needs to happen is we need to dig this channel out a bit more. Nice. Yeah, I would say, gut feeling, most top YouTubers say that they just went with what they felt and it worked. Be you and the audience will find you. Yeah, no, exactly. And to be honest, guys, this is the only reason you're all here. It's because I've been myself and I'm not doing this week's, you know, trend video type thing. I'm currently building a river that we've just named after a local river to the New Forest that none of you have ever been to or heard of, in a town based on a town that you've never been to or heard of. But you're all quite intrigued to see what we're doing. Currently I'm destroying bits of things that I don't know if I need to be destroying. Let's turn this brush down. So let's make this a BR cylinder. We'll do it 12, probably give it a size of 4, and that could probably help us out. Yeah, there we go, nice smaller brush now. Getting in here for these little details. Where's the channel going to go? Here. So this bit of river has actually been straightened out by the canal company. So that's why it looks a bit different. I do think you have found a gap in the market, ATM, so I would say you're likely to be one to form how this community grows. Yeah, and that's that is a key point about all of this. I've got to play the game on this one. I've got to make sure that what I do can help form a trend, I guess, or at least become the go-to guy for all of this. But I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to bore people with the same old sort of stuff. Everything we're going to do is going to be completely different. That's the thing. It's not going to be more of the same towns, more of the same. It's going to be all have its own unique qualities and buildings. Although ultimately I do want to do other things, other builds, other challenges. We can't all keep eating the same food all day. Would you ever join an SMP? Yes, I would. It all depends on the size, the sort of the scope, the scale, and the project. I mean, I would, if offered to, you know, join some that have a fairly big following, or, you know, have a good base of people on it, then yeah, sure. I'm very tempted to start up one. I just need to find a group of people who are willing to do it, of a similar size but also of a similar mindset, because we would do a different style of it. We would still have an SMP, but it would be more related to building towns and definitely within a style similar to this, because I think that's a unique selling point as well. What is SMP? Come on, SMP stands for Survival Multiplayer. Echo Leap, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? What you making? So currently I am straightening out a river to bend round the corner of a canal in my town of Walhampton. This is what it looks like on map currently. Oh, it doesn't because we're miles away from it. This wasn't the intention of tonight's stream at all, but anyone that's frequently been here will know that I tend to get sidetracked with other little bits and bobs, but it is helping me develop this area of town, knowing that I've got a hard boundary up here to the top. So what I'm doing is I'm just channeling this through here. Originally it went up this way, but I'm now moving it this way so it connects in back down here. Oh, thanks for the bits, very nice. Is it for anything? Yeah, so it's for a whole project we're doing here, which is a whole country being built within the Victorian style. I run a YouTube channel all based around building Victorian and Georgian buildings. This is my town of Walhampton, which I'm currently doing a Let's Build series on, and these streams are sort of supplements to how that would all be. So yes, is this your first time here, by the way? Oh, nice. Well, I don't think we've got any mods in the channel, but I can quickly grab you a link to my channel if you wish to check out any more. It's going to start playing in a second. There we go. Don't do that. Where are we? So if you want to check out any more of my stuff, there's my YouTube channel, which doesn't seem to have the personalised thing on it. I don't know why. What's this? I know you prefer creative and that, world edit and such. Would your thoughts on Grain and such who make large scale builds in a survival setting? I have no issues with building in survival. It's just it's the material gathering that takes the fun away from building, I would say, because you spend more time doing that than you do building. But there is a payoff, and building with, you know, the challenges that survival brings you is worth doing. I haven't not done it, and I will probably do it again. But you know, it's more fun doing this. But yes. So, what was the other question here? Well, an SMP where everyone is doing the same thing like this would be good, but still a niche market. If you brought this to an SMP where people were doing different things and had your touch, you could bring this type of content to a whole new audience. Yes, that's what I would do if I was to join an SMP. But I'm saying if I was to start my own, then that's kind of what I would do, if that makes sense. I would make sure it would be based around this niche. But yes, if I went on to do an SMP with other creators, where I've been invited on myself, yeah, that would be the idea, to build something in this style. You know, like a little English village somewhere with some nice pubs and that. And that would be a way of getting people into this style a bit more. Echo Leap says, I prefer building as well. Yes, building is the best thing about this game. Prove me wrong. But what I do find crazy is, you know, our discussions about Bedrock and Java, how these discussions exist at all, because we're both playing the same game, but we're all playing different versions of it, in the sense of what I'm doing now is playing a not even heavily modded, just a lightly modded version of the game that allows me to do things that I want to do a bit easier, but where someone playing Bedrock couldn't do it. But yet we still have the same probably ideas and thoughts. It's an interesting unwell thought out thought there, but you get what I mean. Do you use I don't use either of those. We just use the basic world edit, to be honest. It's less of I don't want to use it, and more of a it may actually mech up the server a little bit, because some of the plugins we've got are a bit old and not really functioning very well. And I don't particularly want to spend hours rebuilding a server that kind of works already. It's something for the future. Voxel Sniper, I was having a chat with Andy Ajoda last night, actually, on his stream about Voxel Sniper, so I may look into it. God, this is miles away from anything I wanted to be doing. Let's get back to our town in a second. Let me just get this river through, and then we'll be back over into Walhampton. I'm just going to fill this area in a little bit. I'm using a really small brush. I don't know why, but that is that. Slight differences, it's the same thing, yeah. Unfortunately, I get stressed out playing survival, so I'm no longer even able to be part of an SMP. Oh, right, okay. So what version? This server is on 1.16, so the newest version. Had a few little glitches with it, but ultimately it works alright. It's nice to get the new blocks in, and the new sort of ways that things connect together, especially with walls and that. And just to be up to date, so I don't have to, you know, tell people, oh no, we're not building on that version. Helps the channel grow as well. I play 1.16 more. Don't ruin the server with Bedrock Edition, mate. I'm never going to go to Bedrock. What? I do like Art Deco. I think Art Deco is a marrying of neoclassical designs with a bit more flair and flamboyancy of the Art Deco mixed in with the sort of roaring 20s. Honestly, Art Deco is one of my favourite styles of architecture. It's just slightly out of scope of where I wanted to take this server. I originally toyed with the idea of making it 1920, but I wanted it to be pre sort of tarmac roads and that, so I kind of went 1912 sounds about right, plus the Titanic, yo. Bedrock is garbage. But yeah, so Art Deco is beautiful. I would say there's a lot of buildings. I love when New York went Art Deco and built all the skyscrapers. Like the Chrysler Building and the Empire State, and just any other ones they did in the sort of Art Deco movement. But I love the geometric shapes, and then the sort of the decking out of buildings as well. The interiors always look so classy. So a lot of it was minimalist as well, but yet still had the flair. I think we had this discussion in Discord the other day, actually, and some people were saying they didn't like Art Deco. It's like, what? How? But yeah, anyone that's just joined the stream, welcome. I just noticed we've got a few more people watching again. Today I'm doing some terraforming for getting a part of my town of Walhampton ready to go. I'm currently actually just putting a river through. So bear with. Where's that? That needs to come down. Yeah, that's fine, like that. That probably needs to go back one, yeah. Brutalism, ew, no. Hate it. Art Deco and Art Nouveau are both great to be short movements, yes. Yeah, I think they lived long enough to get the best out of them. That makes sense. They had the period of just throw money at everything. The post-war boom in Art Deco was worth it. Brutalism was just it was sort of a cost-cutting favourer. I hate it. They put these modernist buildings up and claimed that they looked nice to get people to live in them, because they were just these concrete shells after the war. Yeah. Nah. When I was at university, one of my lecturers loved brutalist buildings. He loved them. He was an architect, and I've never understood why. There is nothing about them that looks good. Let me just do a... Is this not going to fill it in for me? So guys, if you are wondering how to fix water when you've got two different places together that seem to... You can just type this command in there and it fixes it for you. And I did not know that. And now I feel very, very scared that I didn't know that. Yeah, post 1930s, yeah, not great. I have to agree. Live hard, die young. Art Deco, yeah. To be fair, I think brutalism has its place, I'm honest. But I guess... Can we join your server? No, the server is whitelist only for builders and active members of my Discord community. It's the safest and most efficient way of keeping the builders and myself safe and away from hassle from people who just come on to try and take our builds and that. Well, I think that's turned out okay. Yeah, no griefers, exactly, yes. Do you live in a pre-war house? No, no. No, I live in a post-war house. Pre-war round where I live would be... Oh, Jesus, you're talking $500,000. Close to $1 million for probably a 3-4 bed. You like the dam? Thank you. That's part of a lock for the canal. Oh no. Got a little bit overexcited there. Yeah, this is part of a canal lock for this system that runs through here. Try to figure it all out. No, I think it's 1960s one I live in. Ugh, that's not what I want to do. Cool, we're getting back into tying this all back in together with itself now, which is nice. We've done a lot of work down here actually, a lot more than I was expecting. Do you have a Discord? Yes, we do. I'm just going to grab the link for you now. Do need some more mods in here. There we go. Please read server rules and react with the gherkin when you have read them. You really do, yeah. Who wants to be one? I'll be happy to mod. I was about to suggest you. Let me add you as a friend. I'm not entirely sure how to do it via here. Yes, I will choose them carefully. I know matey from... He's in our Discord. So I'm happy with that. Let me just have a look at... there we go. Please don't start. Right. Again, don't start. Right. There we go. You should be a mod now. Polite whale shark. If you're ever stuck, I'm on a lot of streams. I'm new here, so just keep in mind. Yeah, no worries. A bit prior to Victorian, but I really do love Jacobean period of buildings. Yeah, that's cool. They're a style I don't really have. I haven't actually seen any buildings. No, you won't yet. What's an hourly rate for being a mod? About £7.50 in old money. Actually, that means it's a lot. No, you'll see some buildings in a bit when we get down this side of town. So what I have been doing is building just out towards the canals over there. What we are planning to do is plan the rest of this place out so we get an idea of what's going on. There's a lot to get planned, but this is the town itself. This is Walhampton as it loads in the distance. But yeah, there's been quite a lot built so far. It's been nice, it's been good. Got loads more to build though. Oh, too much to build. And it's yeah. Love the style. Thank you. Yes. It's my favourite style as well. Love anything between 1700 and 1930. Yeah, that's probably the same for me. Exposed bricks or render? I do like a stuccoed building, so I'll probably go for a rendered one. Right, what I'm going to do is fly back down here and quickly paint this land. I do tend more elves and medieval. Yeah, that's not my style. That's not my cup of tea, but that's each their own with that one. I guess we could do a that's not my cup of tea emote at some point. That'd be one to add to the list. Right, let's just finish this. Because we're almost there. Perfect, that ties back in. Welcome to the Discord. Yes, lovely stuff. You'll find the Discord is full of like-minded people who all love to discuss architectural styles, designs, and if you ever need any help, we have the building advice channel, which can really help push people beyond their comfort zones with this sort of stuff, which is nice. Alright, let's see how this looks. Wow, God, apart from an absolute state over here, but nevertheless, that, yeah, we'll have to sort out the riverbed later on when I can be bothered. For now, we'll just get this land in. That's all sandstone. Okay. That's also not the command I wanted. I'm kind of good at modern buildings, which is so unfair. I want to build Georgian buildings. No worries. I'm sure you'll pick up some stuff from our Discord there. Let's quickly just mask 12 on this. Not 12, mask 24. Should clear up a bit more of the mess. You can always learn. Yes. But yeah, lovely stuff. We've got quite a few viewers in here tonight. Nice. So guys, we're going to get back over onto planning out the town in a second. Just going to clear up this bit of mess I've made over here. So the river now extends through this area, which will look really good once this canal carries on up through here. That just looks an absolute state. Also, I've noticed something there. Why'd you do this to yourself? No, it just needs to be like that. Yep, there we go. I figured it out. Cool. One, and that needs to go back. Yep. So what I like about this sort of project as well is there is always something to get on with. No matter what you're feeling that day, it's kind of a case of you can come on here and I can start building anything and everything, in the sense of there'll be always some landscaping to do, there'll always be some terraforming to do, there'll be some road building to do, there'll be buildings to be built. For me, building buildings is like a luxury that I never really get around to doing. Not very often, at least. Which is a bit annoying, but at the same time, it is what it is. This project is so large, you kind of need to do it all at once. Just go for it. If it looks bad, keep practicing. Yes, exactly that. Yeah, I need to be brave, I guess. Just joined. What did I miss? So far, Flame Feather, you have missed me building a river-ish. Attempting to build a river. We've got something through here, which may or may not look alright. I'm just going to clear up some of this mess I've made. What else through here is sandstone. Quite a bit. But, yeah, oh god, all of that in there. So, eventually we're going to clean up this canal and get that through. What do you use for a mini-map? Is it a mod? So, the map I use is called Dynmap. It's a plugin for Bucket servers. Which is what you're watching me through at the moment. So, if I find my actual... There we go. So, it's just a live rendering map that shows what's going on the server. You missed the fun part. You haven't missed the fun part yet. We've got more to do, don't worry. It gives you a nice isometric view as well. So you can get a clear picture of what's been built and what's going on. Ah, love it. But, yep, so I'm just going to go back through here and clean up some of this sand. I need to come back through at some point and give it a nice little texture on the bottom of the river. But this area is nowhere near ready to be finalised yet. I seem to have a process when I go to building places. I go from like terraforming basic to terraforming quite heavily to then going back through and sorting things out. Cleaning it up a little bit more, that makes sense. This just looks as... that's a project for another day, which is a shame because it's really blocking the view now. But what I like is we've got this sort of little channel that goes in between the river and the canal, and this, you'll find this a lot in the real world where canals and rivers are only separated by, you know, a smaller bit of land or anything like that. But yeah, I always hate doing isometric drawings. Do you do much of it in your engineering? No, I don't draw anything. I just use CAD for it all. So I pretty much only work in 2D these days as well. Drawing in 3D is a luxury that I don't really do. So yeah, anyway, that's that section done. What I want to turn my attention to now is this section of the river, and then we can get the bridge over this bit, and well, the road in through there, and then the bridge over there. This reminds me of Germany. I go each summer. Well, it's all based on England. Preferably, if I get my mood board back up again. That's not my mood board. You can see the buildings it's all based on. These are all English buildings in and around the south coast of England. We've got a lot going on here. Lots of stuff. I can't wait to build all of this. Yeah, so many buildings to do. I look at this and go, oh my god. Why have I done this to myself? Oh, the landscape. Oh, that's fair enough. For the landscape, it's kind of based on where I am living. It's fairly flat around here with some trees and hills and no mountains or anything like that. The landscape's a mess, like round here. Oh yes. Look at this. This man can just build, and I'm here like, yeah. So I'm gonna place down some dirt and do that for hours. How are you so good? How are you so good? Anyway, because you don't worry like I worry. Right. Okay, let's get this carved out. I think carved out is probably the best term for what we're going to be doing to this river. And then it will give us a nice spot to put the water tower in as well. So I'm going to do some very, very basic cutting this down. I used to use the sphere tool to cut out lots of land, but I was sort of warned against it, because, not warned against it, it used to dig massive holes for everything. Cylinder tool's so much nicer. What are you? Random bits of broken texture. God, this place has come such a long way. We've got so much more to build still. Oh, sorry. Thanks for the reminder. The reason that happens is because I tend to sometimes minimize or turn off the preview on my stream to save a bit on the power loading on my PC, so you guys get a bit of a clearer and not so jaggedy image. But that does lead to me forgetting that it's on, so a quick little push will always get me to turn it off. So that bend in the river there, do we want it to bend a bit more, or do we want to... Okay, I think take this corner out here. Straighten up a little bit. I find if you do this first and you do it well, then you don't have to come back and never really touch it again. I only really use like Word Edit for the basic stuff. We don't, I don't feel like we need loads and loads of plugins for this server. The thing runs at a sort of chuggedy rate anyway. It's not amazing because the world's huge. It's about 5 gigabytes worth of data. This world is, so it's kind of a case of, the more we load onto it, the more people we have, it really does become a bit of a unstable mess. So the less I can have on it, it's going to cause any memory dumping, the better. No, it's off an actual server, but you know, you've got to pay more and more to get more out of it. So yeah, I can't just dump more resources into it that I don't have, because that's money that's going to go, you know, I haven't got. You know, once the channel starts paying out a bit more, then I can start putting a bit more into it, and then we can all be a bit happier. But for now, the ad revenue's it's good. You know, it's getting there. Getting some stuff with it. Let's get this a bit bigger. 12. Let's go for a 10 again, just to cover this up. God, I don't know what I did there. Poor riverbank. Okay, so the river's going to carry on, go through there. Yeah, that looks much better. Oh boy, I got a moth in here now. Flamefather has put another application in. Okay, why? I'm not sure why you're discussing applications on the stream here, but fine. Right, where are we? Do you want that to drop back down? Yeah, that could. Just take it back down to about that level. I can come down to another level, a bit lower. Thank you, Moth. I don't need your help terraforming. Haven't watched enough yet, but do you do the interiors of your builds, or is that a bridge too far? I can imagine that'd be way too much. Yeah, I don't really do them much, only for real important buildings, prominent sort of builds, or ones that later become tutorials. I tend to do just, you know, basic interior sections. Otherwise it's a never-ending project then. Because I find the most fun and interesting part of the builds and building towns is all about the exteriors. The interiors do go by the wayside, and that is mainly, it is down to time. There is no physically possible way for me to do it all. I get a lot of slack, you know, a lot of flack for it from people. They always go, well, you should definitely do the interiors. It wouldn't be right otherwise. But I don't think you guys, those ones that comment that, I don't think they fully understand how much there is to build on this. Yeah, interiors can take ages. I always find people either love one or the other. Yeah. And my hate for it is just the fact it takes so long. Yeah, we do. Really hard to come by. That's why our Discord channel has the actual builder rank as well as mayor. The idea was to have people on to do the interiors. When I had a previous project many years ago, we had a couple of interior builders on. One of which still pops by, Surfing Bird. He's a good lad. So it's interesting stuff, that. Right, try to clear all this up. Oh, all this white is hurting my eyes. I don't do interiors. I use concrete powder to change up if you want. Nah, I can't be bothered. I don't mind. This is all right. It means I can adjust all of this stuff down here anyway when we get round to it. It would be good to get people who understand the time period and stuff to not to come in and put in the big. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That would happen too much as well. Hello, how are we all? Sorry I missed the start of the stream. What are we up to at the moment? Welcome, Raven. Welcome back to the stream. So, you can probably guess I'm terraforming again. I'm just trying to get as much of this area ready to accept buildings as possible, so I can get some of you guys over to give me a hand. By guys, I mean my builders, because we got a lot to build. Same whole grind, yeah. This is kind of what this is all about. It's just grinding this out while having a little chat. Actually, concrete powder might not be a bad well, no, concrete powder would be a bad shout because we're working around water. So I just thought the first big no-no with that. Best streams are the chill ones. Yes, they are. We can just sit here and chat along. Every time I build, I always feel like having to do the interiors, and then I realise it takes ages. Yeah, I've just given up the idea of even wanting to do them. I do them sometimes, like I said, for reasons such as having it as a part of a tutorial or something. But apart from that, I wouldn't really do them. Okay, that road's going to carry on up into the newly formed part of the river, and the water tower is going to sit probably in this spot there, and from there it will pump the water out the stream. Oh, really river, yeah. It's fairly wide at that point. Yeah, that's cool. It's cool. How's the stream going? Good. We are getting a lot done. Might need some help later. Also, when are you really going to go inside the builds? You're just flying around. Yeah, exactly, yeah. I have company as a mod. Nice to see I don't have to guard all the time. Yes, exactly. We got ourselves a new mod as well. Because it's nice to have a couple of people helping out. That didn't do what I wanted to do. Let's get this all dug out. I know we're on size 10. Don't scream. Sort this out. Right, let me get this turned back down again. Kitty, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow. How's it going? Hey, what you doing? So today I am terraforming a large chunk of my world in order to get some houses in it ready for a new part of a Let's Build series I'm currently doing. So if we look at the map here, you can see a man building some houses. We don't want to look at that. That'll just give me anxiety. What I'm building is this area here. I'm currently making a river. I've done one section of it tonight. I'm just doing another section now. Just straightening out some parts of the Minecraft rivers so we can get some nice little bits going. That's a nice little lake down there. We may actually end up building this whole river tonight because it's only a few sections left, he says. So yeah, welcome to the stream. So this is all part of a world called Whiteberg, and we're building a whole country. This is just one town of many. Couple of my builders are in the Discord here, who also have towns on the server, and they can attain to how it goes. You mad? What? You made a lot. Oh, thank you. Is this your first time coming by? If so, I run a Discord and a YouTube channel all based around this as well. If you'd like to see some more of this content, be sure to go check it out. Yeah, we haven't got any of that set up. We need to. How do I set that up? I'm sure one of our lovely mods can put the Discord in and the link to the YouTube channel. There we go. It's always nice to have a personal touch. My board duty, yes. Yeah, so the title of this stream is definitely you have Streamlabs, do add command, add Discord to the link. What in can I do it in here? Yeah, see, I always forget to, because I'm currently, like, you know, I always stream and then I never get round to getting into it. I don't even know. Where do I even do it? The mods can do it. Oh, okay. My least favourite. Yes, I know. But the Beauty River needs to be built. Don't know, did it? I don't know if I spelled it right. Did I spell it right? No, it didn't work. Yes. Might have to change something in here. Oh, right. Yeah, how do I do that? Turn Cloudbot on. Okay. Where do I find Cloudbot? Yeah, I'm not sure how it all works. I'm still very, very new to this. Okay. Thank you. Yes, we'll have a look at it after the stream. Unless you want to DM me something on Discord now, because I'm going to go quick break while we've sort of had a little bit of downtime here. We're back in about 5 minutes. Okay, I'm back. So I'm probably going to go for another hour or so, just get this sorted. We've still got quite a bit to do, and it's mainly involving getting this river through here. Where are we? Oh, right, we're down the bend here. Yeah, so are we going to bring it all the way down? Is this called Bridge Street because it goes over 2 bridges? Thank you. Let's have a look at the map quickly and see where we're at. Yeah. I mean, what we could do is have it go all the way back up and back round again. Would that be in the best interest of anyone? Yes, I think it would be. Maybe. Don't know. I like it bending this way. Don't know. It would look better if it went up, I think. Okay, we'll do that. We'll make it go up that way. What do I play on? So I play on Java 1.16. That's my poison. What about you? What do you play on? I also play, yeah, on PC, sorry, I should say. So we can get some fields in this area here, I think. This would be quite a nice part for once we get out of town. This all becomes a bit more rural this way. So let me just fill in this part of the river. But yeah, so anyone still in the chat, hello. We'll just kind of carry on terraforming for a bit. And then probably get some last minute roads in so I can start building at some point this week. So I just had a little break, and during that break I've been thinking to myself, my god, if we can accomplish this, if I can build this whole area and then somehow stick it into a video, into one time lapse, I reckon that would be probably one of the greatest sort of videos I'll ever make. So it needs to be good because it have the title of the final episode. Let's build Walhampton. It'll start off quite, you know, oh, we're going to build this little street here, we're going to build that, and then boom, we build the entirety of this part of town. This part of town is known as Buckland, I think. You know how we have like neighbourhoods of areas. Right, so at least that's that bit out of the way, and we now know where Bridge Street will carry on, which is alright. Fortunately, I can't stay for very long, I have to leave work in 40 minutes. Oh, right, okay. No worries, I'll be streaming for a bit still. Hopefully you'll catch us when you get back. Oh, leave for work, okay. Yeah, you definitely won't catch us in 8 hours' time. Unfortunately, in 8 hours' time, I'll be fast asleep, waiting for my day to start to go to work tomorrow. And by go to work, I mean move from my bed to my desk, do a day there, go back to my desk, carry on playing this game, and then go back to bed. It's a strange life I live at the moment. I do obviously pop out and do things, but it's that daily commute, that daily not going to and from work anymore. It's weird. I was only doing it for a little bit, but still, you know, you get institutionalized into that sort of thing anyway. But yeah, so Monday, that means it's my run day, so I need to go out for a run tomorrow morning. Tend to do about 4.5 miles, which in new money is something around about 6 kilometers. I think. Don't know. Tybon, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Wow, look at this magistracy we've managed to conjure up tonight. Hey, not bad, thanks. Thank you. Sounds pretty good. Bed to work, hey man. I'm working in my PJs. No, I don't. I make sure I have a little break between the two. Like, I go out for the run, get showered, come back, get not dressed up, but you know, put some clothes I didn't sleep in on, and then grind the day away designing airports, and then grind the evening away designing towns in Victorian Britain. Wow. Yeah, it's strange. Yeah, I'm good, thanks, Typort. Yeah, it's all going well. We're just getting some Sunday night terraforming going. This does seem to be a staple now. This is the second Sunday in a row I've streamed now, and the third night in a row I've streamed. It's a good job you guys are enjoying it, because I am. So I see you've just joined. Have you just? Is this your first time here, Tybon? Let's get undo all that. I saw that pesky thing there. So I'm debating. Now I'm picturing you in a full suit and tie in the living room, treating yourself to a workplace. No, I sit around in just a pair of tracky bottoms or shorts and sit in my bedroom still. First time on the streams, been watching your channel for a while. Oh, nice. Yes, welcome then. Lovely. You know what's going on. So today we're doing a bit more Walhampton building. Just getting some terraforming done of the area to the west of town, which is all going to be full of houses and schools and that soon. So just got to get a bit of planning out and going. My home airport is getting remodeled in the States. Do you do terminals or the taxiways and runways? I do the taxiways and runways. The aprons, all the stuff that aircraft use. So I don't do any of the buildings. Stop ruining it. You have a suit and tie and a packed lunch. Yeah, let's go for that then. Although, because since lockdown began and all of this, I've managed to drop nearly 20 kilograms. So it's a case of none of my suits or work clothes I had before this actually fit me anymore. So when I do eventually go back, I need to buy a whole new wardrobe and suit and all of that. But hey, there's worse things to worry about. Yeah, so so in the UK, obviously we measure weight in pounds and stones. So I've lost 3 stone, nearly 2.5 stone. Yeah. So yeah, that's over 4 months of running every other day, eating well, you know, drinking a lot of coffee. A lot of coffee has helped. Eating spicy food, just trying to be healthier, because before the commute was killing me. It was 2 hours of my day that I just lost to sitting there on the train or sitting there in the car and driving. So I've managed to be able to make that into actually having a bit more of a life to be able to go out and do some running. These are mods, right? Yes, these are mods. This is World Edit I'm currently using, which is, it's a mod and a plugin. It's, to be honest, I don't class World Edit as a mod these days. I class it as just a basic necessity to play this game. But yeah, it is a mod, obviously, at the end of the day. So I'm playing on Java with some mods enabled on our server. Just World Edit mainly. But yes, just emptying the system constantly. Yep, that's yeah. That's how it works. Best way to lose weight. Give it so your body doesn't have to keep any of it in. Right, where are we and what are we doing? I've sort of lost my mind a little bit. I know you guys probably have as well. No, not that one. Right, let's take it from there. Bring it all the way down this way. Tie it in. Now this is how you play God, by just drawing things with different coloured tools in Minecraft. Edinburgh to London, welcome to the stream again. How's it going? I am good, thanks. Just currently terraforming again, as I think you found me last night. I can't remember if I stayed around for longer after. I can't remember, but I know you popped by last night, so thank you for that. This is becoming a nightly affair now, so it's all good and proper. Not gonna lie, this is turning out a lot better than I had anticipated a minute ago. We're getting some good levels in here. Let's have a quick look at the old quick squiz at the map, see what that's looking like. That's not the map for me. There we go. So ultimately, we've been up here, back down here, changed the complete landscape of the world again. But I like it because there's a slow sloping gradient off rather than a big steep hill. I do want to build some big steep hills and build towns around them, but you need quite a lot of land and a lot of space to do that sort of thing. So I kind of just stick to what I'm doing here, and it's a bit easier. But yeah, just having a quick look at everything, making sure everything's okay, nothing's burnt down, nothing's having an issue with anything. Whilst this, spent a good bit of time terraforming myself. Perfect. Also built a refrigeration factory. A refrigerator factory. Oh, cool. That sounds interesting. Yeah, look at that. So we just need to bend this round and we can get back into there. And that'll be fine. We know where the hard boundary that side is. Oh, I think. I don't know. I keep pushing this hard boundary further and further back. Once you start, it's like Pringles. Once you pop, you never stop. So I'm guessing it's better to do it all now than it is to do it tomorrow again. So forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Undo two. There we go. So I discovered this channel on YouTube, I think it was yesterday or the day before, and they are building like recreations of stuff from the real world in Minecraft, not doing it to, you know, one-to-one scale, I don't think. Or were they doing it one-to-one scale? Can't remember, but they built a couple of buildings from the UK which look pretty nice. I can't remember the channel name now. I'm gonna have to look it up, but the style they were doing was very, very reminiscent of the style we do here. So I need to probably have a little look and see if we can get them on at all, because they seem quite dedicated. That is a point. Why can't I remember what their name was, and why did this pop into my head now? I don't know. Anyway, that's my very ramblings. I think this should be a hill here. Or not. That's Bridge Street. What's this? That's Bewley Road. Okay. Which seems to just travel off down that way. There's that river. Wow, this all looks a bit weird, doesn't it? Okay, this is already a hill. Oh. Sorry. You know how it goes, guys. I told you earlier on. You got to shout at me. Anyway, I think this should be some form of a hill here, because this is kind of the edge of town. This can be a nice wooded hill. So in the real Lymington, on the edge of the northern section of town, there is an old Iron Age fort known as Buckland Rings. It's a scheduled ancient landmark or monument. So we could build that here. Wouldn't mind building an Iron Age hill fort out of in Minecraft, but you see, you know how it goes. There we go. You shouted at me now. Hello again. Hello, Carter. How are you doing? God, we got all 3 mods in the chat today. That's incredible. All 3, wow. I do like what I'm seeing here. Sunday nights seem to be the best nights. Especially for this sort of thing, nice and chilled. And he's back at it again. Lovely stuff, right? That's gonna undo the last 3 of those, right? But yes, so what I'm doing now is currently trying to put a hill in here. I say it like that because I'm trying to make it so it's a bit more realistic than what we've got here currently. So it will slope off like this down here, and there will be, this will be filled in a bit more. I think this will give quite a nice level variation between the 2 halves of coming in and out of town. So when you're coming in from the Beauty Road section there, that's going to be a lot lower down to when you're coming in from this height. And then this hill will have like some trees on it and stuff. It'd be quite a nice landmark to look out for when you're coming into town. Might even put a house up there. No, it's not really worth a house. Like these are going to be... Oh dear. These are going to be sloping back quite a bit. I'll do that. But yeah, so buckle up. We're still streaming for a bit. What is the time? It's only 10 o'clock. Got a good hour out of me still, guys. Got a good hour out of me. Right, I'm going to quickly get a smaller brush out, get a bit of this going on. A bit of intimate terraforming. By the end of this process, I should be ready to terraform anything. So, have I told you why we're doing this? Probably not. So this is me practicing for my next town project. So Sutton is going to be a huge ordeal, and I don't want to mess it up, to be honest. I want it to be like, when bands have a second album that's really good after the first breakthrough album. That's what I want. What sort of analogy is that? So I kind of need this to be, a good debut, or even that seaside town to be a good. I don't know, but still, Sutton needs to be good, and I need to be able to terraform the bejesus out of it. So this is my practice for it. This is my training ground. This should be good. But like Rail Shark, I reckon all mods are from different countries, although I think 2 are from the North American continent. Which means I probably need another European one. Oh no. Yeah, we're a family-friendly place here. I don't tend to try and curse or swear. Don't need to. We can use all sorts of colourful language in the British way. I can call someone a trolley rather than anything else beginning with T. Always works. I think we had this discussion before actually, where you can just use any word under the sun to show your distaste with someone from England. Yeah, okay guys, in the chat, let me know where you're from. It'd be quite interesting to see what the sort of spread of viewers are today. Because I know a lot of my YouTube channel goes out to America. So it'd be quite nice to see how much is actually from the UK. Oh, hello. Family friendly is the way to go for content if you can. Yes, I always do. I don't really want to ever not have family friendly content. By family friendly, what I like to say is it is for those who are over the age of 13. It's not anything less. It is mature content in the sense of the topics we talk about are those of intellectual discussion. And how many pubs you can cram into a Minecraft town. Yeah, that's kind of what this channel is all about. So my age range, my like actual demographics is, I think the majority of people that watch me on YouTube is like 18 to 24. So that makes perfect sense. I mean, I'm within that age range as well, so that's fine. But obviously we know how YouTube works, and those are probably just accounts that have 18 set as their default age. But anyway, what's all going on here? Yeah, I'm from Ireland, Manchester. That's not a country, but yeah, family friendly is good standards for easily accessible content. Yes. Oh, you guys are all from the Midlands. Nice. Well, from the North, as we like to call it. America. Ah, interesting name. Edinburgh to London, but you're based in the US. That's cool. How are you building so many streets? I'm literally... How? Southwest UK. Oh, nice. I'm from the South Central, we like to call it. We don't like to say East or West here. Well, I like to curse, but the people I mod/work with are family friendly, so I have to. Yeah, exactly. I don't ever Costa Rica. Oh yeah, I remember that now. That's decent. I'm from America. My elders emigrated here from the UK. Oh, cool. But yeah, so yeah, family friendly all the way. It would just hinder things. I wouldn't, it would ruin my ad revenue and that as well. It's just, there's no need not to these days. And the content I'm producing, I shouldn't be walking around going, oh, this thing is, I don't need to go all Gordon Ramsay on it. Although I do feel like it sometimes. I feel like I need to just exclaim my distaste with buildings, but anyway. That says more about me than it does about the person who's built something, but anyway. Right, let's see how this looks. I mean, I could do something where I did like a, like a Kitchen Nightmares version of Minecraft, where someone builds a Victorian town and they invite me in, and they're showing me around their good stuff, and I'm like, okay, show me your best terraced house, show me your best Georgian building, show me your best Victorian house, and they take me around it, and I'm just like disgusting, or doing a full-on Kitchen Nightmares things, and then get down the line and they're like, okay, how do you want to help me with this? And I come up with some ideas and some plans and help them, and then they throw it back in my face and we have arguments and stuff. That'd be cool. Very staged, but it'd be cool. Yeah. Where's the bay window? Where's the bay window? Yeah, so sort of something like that. I mean, that'd be quite fun. When's the masterclass coming? Watch carefully. That would be, I mean that would be cool if I could somehow get a masterclass on there. Alright, this is coming out nicely. This is coming out all roses. Maybe that's a perfect idea. I'm going to write this down again. So, you know, kitchen nightmares, but Victorian nightmares. You know, it'll be bleeped out. It'll be like it would be on television. Exactly, something like that. What sort of donkey built this? Yeah, that sort of thing. Well, that's one of my favourite buildings. Well, it's... I've seen better... Oh, I don't want to go back to play Windows again. I've seen better pediments on that... I don't know. On the Parthenon in Rome. Yeah, I think it could really work. You know what? It might even get Gordon Ramsay involved in this. Get him on to guest star or something. It's alright, I approved that message, so it's my fault. Where's the lock? Where is the canal lock? You've built several different waterfalls here, but you've not built a canal lock. You call yourself a civil engineer. I know what would... No, this it's getting dangerous now. Right, let's fill in all of this. Yeah, let's get a bigger brush out. Do you know, it's so relaxing doing this terraforming. You will slip and... yeah. Exactly, I will slip up. Because it's just so good. It's so easy to do when you're imitating Gordon Ramsay. What amazes me the most watching back those Kitchen Nightmare sort of highlights or whatever, because they're all YouTube seems to recommend to me these days, is the state of some of these restaurants. In the UK, I think we get health inspectors go around, you know, every year, twice a year maybe. They go around, they check the restaurant, and they will shut you down, you know, there and then if things are that bad. But it just seems that those restaurants in America just... I don't know, anyone, well, I know we've got some Americans out there. Is it really that easy to get away with having substandard sort of food prep and care for anything? Like, do they refuse to have like health services go in or something? I don't know how it works. Because we get the health inspectors round, you know, they look at everything and anything. It's like these guys have mouldy lemons and they're trying to prove that they're not selling them. But why are they here? Don't throw my lemons around like that. They're off. They're mouldy. I'm not really in touch with what sort of thing, but definitely some gross restaurants. Really? Where's the music gone? I think it was changing between slow tracks there. I think we've got, I don't know how many hours there is of music here. I think it's about 5 or 6. So we're good. So you know, after I finish a stream and I sort of end the sort of stream, you know, I let it run for a little bit with the music on the background. Well, I'm still sitting there listening to it in my headset, and I don't turn it off for a long time because I'm just sitting there chilling to it still. I am retired from education, had to work directly with health inspectors. He was ruthless. Still, I'm sure there are plenty that don't go on. Yeah. What music do I like? So I'm someone that likes drum and bass quite a bit. That's my sort of go-to music. Metal, rock. My favourite band would be Muse. Do like Arctic Monkeys quite a bit. Just anything and everything really. I'm not too fussy with when it comes to music, but for me, drum and bass is like the thing. I go to events. I go listen to it live. I listen to it daily. That's kind of my taste in music. So this is very, very chilled out for me. Ah, God, we got a full house on here tonight. What about you guys? What sort of music are you into? You a fan of old school garage and house? Not really. I do like old school drum and bass, like jungle, proper old school. Garage is, I don't know, it's all right. When I was at Boomtown a couple of years back, I went to the garage 24/7 girls stand or whatever it was. It was their like stage, and I listened for a bit. It was okay, but it's not really my cup of tea. Right, that hill in the background looks alright. These random lone floating birch trees here. Dance classical. I do like a bit of classical. Right. How's this looking? Yeah, that hill looks nice. This is all taken off towards this pond. I'm kind of thinking to put a mill in and around this area somewhere. That'd be quite nice to do. If this pond is going to go, it's awful. It's literally 1 block deep on a 1 block deep level. Let's get a bit of detailing in here. I'm going to bring this contour around here. I keep finding things to do, you know that. You know I just jump on from one bit of landscape into another. Yeah, this road, it's not going to be... We need to bring this up a bit. That seems very low for where you put a river through. The server is 1.1, 1.6.1. Yeah, 0.1. I haven't updated to 1.2. A couple of reasons. One, I didn't know it existed, and two, I'm quite happy with how stable this one is at the second. I'm guessing is 2 the one that came out with chains that could go in all directions, or is that still a snapshot version? A cotton mill. Oh, no, it would just be a small little, you know, wheat mill with a nice big Georgian house on it, like a farmhouse. I've got a reference to one that I want to build. I don't know what's going on here. Some Monty Python lyrics here then. Multi-directional chains and Hoglin brutes. Okay. Shy effects. Oh yeah, you should get some old school jungle on stream sometime. Yeah, could do some shy effects. Even some of his newer stuff has been remixed and redone. Original nutter. But yeah, no, it's unfortunately, I upload all my stuff to YouTube, so I can't really get any copyright music in it. I think Twitch is knuckling down on real music rather than non-licensed stuff. Oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm do 3. But yeah, I was having a little watch last night of Andy Yoda. He was streaming some Atlantis building, I think it was. And what they were doing is they were copying and pasting elements from villages they built on previous projects and sort of putting them around the base of this thing they were building. And it got me thinking about making like a selection of pre-generated, well, not even pre-generated, just like make some schematics of generic Victorian village or Georgian village or whatever houses and buildings. You know, get like a generic shop or a generic church, and we can just copy and paste it across the landscape. And you know, because in this period, towns would have buildings that have been built by builders across the whole region. It wouldn't be a case of every building is so uniquely different. It would be a case of they'll build what they can build cheaply and efficiently. So instant sort of Victorian villages. I think that's an idea for maybe in the future with this. I know MS Builds is probably the one to go to for that. Yes, modular pieces, that's the right word. So we just sort of build it out of all of these little pieces. What did I say? Oh, I said pre-generated, didn't I? Yeah. He is streaming right now, I believe. What's this? Oh, right, okay. Yeah, I think he's been streaming all weekend. That was it. I'm very tempted to invest my first YouTube paycheck into getting a webcam for this. What's your guys' sort of opinions on that? Would that take away the ambience, or not? Seeing my face up in the corner glazing over as I stare at more and more hills of sand. Or would that make you guys feel a bit more connected to what's going on? I don't know. It's all up to you. I think face-to-face would be nice, yeah. I prefer it. It's nice to sort of see a person rather than an axe. No webcams are great, it's more personal, yes. I think face cams are a good idea. Right, well then, that's where I'm going to be investing my first paycheck then. I'm going to look into which ones are, you know, good for low-level streamers. I'll probably get something nice HD in that. Ooh, yeah. When I do my my looking at Italianate buildings in Scarborough face. Ooh, ooh, yeah. That's an interesting face. It's only reserved for Italianate buildings in Scarborough though, so if you want that, you'll have to donate for me to go to Scarborough to look at buildings and go, ooh, Scarborough. What's this? Yes. Dock Lane face cam is going to be a goldmine of memes. Oh, come on, yeah. Yeah, exactly. You know, it's not like I'm scared now to put my face on to a name. You've seen me now. It's fine. Got over that initial shock of putting my... Do you know what? I had no reason not to want to put myself on that thumbnail the other day. I had so much fun doing that. In order to get the best, shot, I like did a little video clip, and then went on my phone and screenshotted the images I wanted of the moments I wanted, and turned that into the thumbnail. What's this? What have I missed? I've been going about 15 minutes. All you've missed is me deciding I want a face cam. And us discussing, what were we discussing? Scarborough in the night time. No, I don't think we were discussing that. I was just thinking about that. I think that looks alright. What's this? Not a lot, just terraforming. I paid for that. Oh my god, yes, Dock Lane memes for days. When you see that one build, oh, the other one, oh, come on, yeah. I'm in the stream now, by the way. Oh, cool, excellent, lovely stuff. Dock Lane face cam memes as well, yeah. Yeah, I thought that was quite a good little thumbnail actually. It was quite fun to make. And it's got my best side as well. But I ran it past like a lot of my mates first because I was a bit like, I'm gonna put my face on a thumbnail. What do you reckon? They were like, yeah, that's the best idea you've ever had. Because obviously that's like what people do these days, isn't it? Reaction picture. Like, just think of a Mr. Beast one or something. Oh, yeah, good job. Can we buy houses there? Well, that's quite a nice idea, actually. Get a little bit of economy going. Or is that too much role-playing? We'll have to ask Carter. So I was sort of thinking to myself, yesterday I think it was, on the stream, where would I live in Walhampton if I lived somewhere? And it was Dock Lane, but it wasn't as well. I honestly think I would live in that Lymington house up there because it looks so nice. Let's undo those. You can never have too much roleplay. Don't know. Yo just got up in here from watching Champions League. Oh, cool. Welcome to the stream. So we're just discussing we could buy houses and do interiors for them. Oh, that's even better idea, guys. We could do MTV Cribs style videos then. That'd be cool. I can go around and review your houses once you've built interiors in them. Give Walhampton something to live on to once we're done with it. Nice. Right, let's cover this in grass. I'm pretty happy with it for now. It's got a nice sweeping feel to it. Patreon houses is a great idea. It is and it isn't. This server isn't. I don't want it open to be abused by people just paying to come on and building, because too much damage will be caused by that, unfortunately. But I like the enthusiasm behind that. Yeah, I think builders are the only ones. Yeah. Don't lie to us. We know your dreams and desires. What? Of course, it's Dock Lane. Yeah. I want to live in Lymore Crescent. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. And Twitch subs donators is a better word, I think. I thought I said Doncaster, but okay. No, not for patrons to join. Just they pick a house and you can decorate it for them. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's a nice little way of doing it. Yeah, my Patreon is a mess of. Doesn't really have anything of any value to buy on it, which is intentional because I don't particularly want that. Then we may have to make plots. No, we're not going to have people come on to build. I'm not doing that. Wow, we've done a lot tonight. Let's have a look again. So we've changed the river in 2 places. We've terraformed everything past the edge of Union Street. Not Union Street. What am I going to call this road? Broad Lane? No. Well, it could be Waterford Lake. Waterford Lane. Water Tower Lane. I don't know. That's Waterloo Lane. We can't have water in it again. School Lane. That road needs a name. That road needs a name. Maybe Stockport Lane. It's not a bad name, actually. We're getting there. We are getting there. Not building necessarily just a plaque that says their name and you'd never see it again. Yeah, you could actually give higher tier patrons a choice of free houses and they pick one and you build it. They could have a very minimum input, but you choose some of the stuff on stream. Yeah, it's not a bad idea again. I had originally on there the idea of allowing people to like name a town in the world that would get built and have, you know, some reference pictures for how they would want it. But I had people abusing that straight away with all sorts of names coming through, and I was like, well, you've paid me money, but you've also requested that money back, and you've tried to name it this, that, and the other. So, no, I'm not going to follow you through with that. Tower Lane, yeah, Tower Lane works. I think we should be allowed to claim a house in Walhampton from WBC Builds office. Builders only, subject to availability. Okay. Yeah, you won't get that blue name because you're the mayor of where? The mayor of where? Right, what are we looking at now? We are looking at a mess of a mess of a mess. Let's get some more stuff in here. Oh, that's so small. But yeah, anyone still watching this amazing stream tonight? We're currently terraforming still. Town planning has not happened as much as I wanted it to tonight. But I do have a mood board of building as I wish to build. Do you know what? I need to convince myself it's okay to build them. So I go through this stage where I'm like, I can't just copy that. That's a real life. No, no, please, no. And then anyway, I suddenly get over that, and I can achieve much, much more. Robert Burns 99 follow. Thank you for the follow there. Welcome to the stream. I will accept your name of Tower Lane. So I have Tower Lane there. I was going to name it Stockport Lane, but there is no Stockport around here, so Tower Lane works. What's going on over here in the chat? Are you also talking in Discord? Because this delay is super annoying. I'll mute my mic because they don't want to hear my foreigner voice. How much is there of a delay? Is it not 5 seconds or so? 15 seconds? Yeah, that's fair enough. MS builds, we all just end up building bigger. 15 is usual. Yeah, there's nothing you can do about the 15. Still, I can't wait to drag Jamie around that. Give him a good old showing of the post boxes. Yeah, I remember Hanbridge when it looked like that. That's when I was building Dock Lane. How time's flown. Longer for me somehow. It may be your connection there then. A month I have 2 buildings. Yeah, mate, I haven't built a building in Walhampton for a couple of days now. You're only 3 months in, you already built 2 towns larger than my 1 town. Get out of here. There's a place near my house called Stockport. Yeah, there's a place near where I am called Sandy Down, and it's because the ground around there is fairly sandy. You there, don't do that. Lymington and Plymouth. Purple is sub. Oh right. When will you and Jamie? When will we see you and Jamie again? Soon. I need to drag him out. It's less of him. It's more of me. I need to find the time to film. We'll do it this week, hopefully. Because that Hambridge tour was good fun. That was a good laugh. That I don't know why or how it sort of descended in such anarchy, but it did, and it was good. Had a parkour session around the lumber mill, and I just don't know how I found the postbox so funny. But that's my kind of humour. I very much like abstract, sort of strange. You say like, oh yeah, this house is currently worth 17 pints of apples or something. I don't know. Just very what are you talking about, sir? You know, Monty Python-esque, Vic Reeves, Bob Mortimer sort of style of humour. Yeah, there's no worry. I don't think we're going to get it done this week. I need to put all my resources into this. I'll still got to edit a couple of videos this week anyway, so it's best we push that back a little bit. Who's just done a big old... Oh, great. That's there now. Right, what's going on over here? Sorry, I haven't had to chat for a little while. Yeah, right, okay. I think everyone who has Twitch Prime has that in chat, even if they aren't subbed. Yes, that is true. Sandy Lane's built on clay. Oh, I see. You're going to do a tour of Lymington with him. Have you seen this? Yeah, I'll do a tour of Lymington with Jamie. I think he does want to be in more videos. It's just a case of I haven't found any videos to get him into yet. Have you seen this? Have you seen this? It was just the sheer delivery of that line. I like talking back about it like it was an Oscar-winning moment. And both of us just had no idea what was going on. And Jamie, some years later, discussed in his memoirs that he too did not know what was going on. And I have to concur with him that nobody knew what was going on. But now in our late 70s, it's really nice to reminisce about the idea that what is that started such a meme that brought us all the way to Hollywood and back. I mean, the music worked perfectly for that little monologue then, but okay. What happened to the pub crawl of the server? Get Jamie in that. What do you mean what happened to it? We haven't built the pubs yet. You guys are slacking. Ooh, very nice, mate. You are bossing it. I'm taking my sweet time to just blend in some hills, paint some landscapes, Bob Ross style. It's really nice to know that 21 people are sitting here watching me jabber on about accepting an Oscar-winning award for a moment of looking at a postbox and saying, "Have you seen that?" Happy little accidents, exactly. I think we've got quite a few over here. Right. Let's fill that in. My attention now, before the end of the stream, turns back to this river I've butchered over here. Oh, it says 21 for me, but I guess it doesn't update all the time. They left. All 4 of them left. Oh, that'd be nice, mate. That would be really nice. Love a good crescent. We need a pub count at the server set up in Whiteberg law counter. Okay. Did you want to do that, Rayfan? Because that'd be quite a nice thing to do. Don't know why I've gone so far back. Let's just type that and then type that. There we go. Right, so we blended this bit in. We need to blend it in a bit better. I love how we started with this river and then ended up with that hill done. Don't know how it happens. Move in mysterious waves. Yeah, well, he had one leg longer than the other. I don't know if any of you guys out there have ever watched the comedy series Bottom from the 90s, starring Rick Mayall and Ade Edmondson. But that is, to me, my favourite ever comedy series. It's awful. Not awful, it's just... It is funny. It's just... I watch it so many times. I watch it most evenings, just put an episode on when I get into bed just to chill. But it's well worth a watch. You started it last week? Oh, I don't know. I don't keep track because it worries me that I don't build very quickly. Yeah, it must have been last week. Maybe even last Sunday. Might be 2 weeks. I don't know. I loved it. Yes, I love Bolton. Do you see the phrase? What's that? Did you see the live one, Stranded? Yes, I did. The first live one they did was in the Southampton Mayflower. So I've watched that one back, and it's funny. It's like, Richie, did you not know I was born in Southampton? Did you? Why'd you ever leave this wonderful place? I found the railway station. And yeah, it's quite a funny. It breaks away from the script there at that point. It's quite funny. Yeah, the young ones is good. But yeah, there's so many like quotable lines I say out of this series, but nobody really understands what I mean by it. You've got the episodes like in season 3, which I think are some of the best, but also not the best. The season 1 episodes are like really sort of good comedy in the sense that the writing's good. Season 3 gets a bit different. Season 2 is just not that great. The one where they're out in the Wimbledon Common camping is quite good. I think a lot of people's favourite one is the Gasman episode. It's not mine. My favourite episode, I would say, is either Doe or Finger. Oh yeah, Guest House Paradiso. Yes, that was good. I didn't know you liked Bottom, Fluffy Snail. That's decent. Yeah, that was. It had some studded cast in that as well. It was just. That was good. Their live ones were decent, like really funny. Hello, still going? Yes, still going. Welcome back. Keep up appearances is good, yes. Another one I liked was Open All Hours. These are all really old stuff though, that's like, yeah. Guest House period, yeah, it was amazing. I don't know if it's on Netflix or anything. I think I've got it on DVD. I'll have to watch it again, but I haven't watched it for a few years now. Yeah, Young Ones is great. There are so many memorable moments in that as well. There was another series they did with Nigel from the Young Ones as well, called Filthy Rich and Cat Flap, I think it was. Cat Flap and Filthy Rich or something like that. It was a bit of a precursor to Bottom. It's worth a watch. It isn't amazing, but they play a similar selection of characters in it. There was also the Dangerous Brothers, which was their other one with Stephen Fry and Hugh Laurie. Oh yeah, Blackadder, there we go. It brings us on to Blackadder. I've not watched Dairy Girls, no, and yes, I have watched Open All Hours, Still Open All Hours with David Jason, and that was good. Right, what is going on here? So let's carve this back a bit, get ourselves a bit more space. And dig on down and get ourselves a nice little area. It'll all be worth it in the end. You guys are going to sit through this for many, many towns in the future, you know that, don't you? When I start the new projects, they're starting from scratch on here, on the streaming channel. Yeah, a bit of Flying Lorry was good. This sounds to me like a mix of Blackadder and Come Fly With Me. Yes. Can't wait for Sutton. Yeah, same. I don't mind sitting through. This chills me out. Yeah, it chills me out. Random. I see you're back. Yes, I'm still doing the terraforming. This is the key part to any town build, making sure the landscape looks right. What I am going to do actually, oh no, I can't be bothered. Why don't you like about terraforming? I mean, I don't think you've not built a town as such, have you? You've only really built individual buildings and that. It's not in survival. Well then, I'm sorry, but we don't cater for survival players here. Have you built a town? Alright, let's take this down, see where it goes. Why don't you use the smooth tool for this part? Yeah, we will get the smooth tool out in a second. I just need to break this out a bit. That's too late now. Smooth tool can and does sometimes not really give the desired effects, but we'll use it for a bit. Right. BR smooth, probably a radius of 20, see how that goes. Good shout there, Rafen. Good shout indeed. I should tie up this riverbank a little bit. I actually had forgotten about this move tool until he just re-mentioned it. Planning on building a whole country borough, but I still need to find the right spot. Oh wow, that's cool. I think I have actually seen that. Yeah, your western build. I find using in tandem with cylinder is best. Yes, it is. Don't ever use sphere again. I don't know why I used to like that. Horrible, horrible tool for doing any terraforming. It's also best to just click and not hold down, I find. That way you got a bit more control. Discord spam, I haven't been on there yet, so I haven't seen, but I will have a look in a minute. Mr. Pat? Mr. Pat, sir? Mr. Pat, my father, please call me. Why have I done a woman's voice for that? I grow tired. About probably 15-20 minutes left of this, guys. I just want to get this river in and sort this out. I think that's quite equally done. Let me stand down here and type the command fix Wasser 100. Perfect. What's going on here? And yes, I did the terraforming of that project. Beautiful stuff. Yeah, that's fine. Fluffy Snake, if you're watching, you're a genius of MC. I mean, Fluffy Snake is a... okay. Surprised that it's not going to get us banned from Twitch now. Oh look, there's that one chunk of desert that just exists here for some reason. Come on, biome changer tool, please work again. Or do I have to rip apart my config files? Right, let's mask this to 24 and get that sorted as well. Who? I like how you don't feel the need to make the river deeper as it's less realistic. Yeah, I like the depth of it. I think it feels fine. Don't need huge rivers. Yeah, who's... Because you're breaking my stream, guys. Yeah, no, shallow is good. It's place a bit of beach in there. I like this tune on now. It reminds me of like the original Sims sort of music from one of their towns or something. That's a game I would love to get on this stream for a nostalgia hit. I do actually own it on here to be able to use without a CD drive, so we'll try and find a way to have a little go with that. Let's move that out a little bit more. Get it all looking good. Get it all looking good. Right. Stand down here. Fix this water. There we go. Water has been fixed. River is looking fancy-ish. I need to come back and give it a bit of a makeover, like I said, with some different sort of things, but I don't want to destroy that too much. Stand here and fix this. Stand here and fix this. Perfect. Lovely stuff. Right. Hey, I'm back for a while. Cool. We're just having a finish up here. I'm good, thanks. I'm just making a nuisance of myself. Cool. Yep. Lovely stuff. Nice. Right. Well, I'll quickly. Yeah. Begrudgingly looks over in this direction at things that really need to be smoothed out. Oh my lord. I did not realise there was a gateway to hell in here. What on earth is... Oh my. Okay, let's fill that up. So yeah, just enjoy me right clicking. You can probably hear it on my new mouse. It's a lovely Corsair M65. I only recently got it. It's lovely stuff. So smooth. So good. I use it for all my daily activities, including surfing the web and playing Minecraft. I'm not sponsored by them. I'm just giving you my honest opinion. Honest opinion. Wow. Okay, that's what... Okay, right. Smooth tool does go a bit... Hey, wow. When there's a giant hole here, but... It's alright, we can fix that up. Cool. Gateway to Hell, best name for a music album. Yes, it is. Not sponsored. You could have disagreed and said nobody knew. I just read it. I didn't actually know what I was reading. What have I done here? That poor village. Let me just take that down a notch to 5 and clean this hill out a little bit. It's a ghastly hill, I say. Any of you guys out there watched Harry and Paul, Harry Enfield and Paul Whitehouse? Their sketch shows were amazing. It's the scaffolders who are just like having proper deep intellectual conversations all the time, and a woman walks past and they start catcalling her, and it's just like, what? Oh yes, that thing on Radio 4 next week. Oh yes, I'm looking forward to that. And here we see why the smooth tool is bad-ish. Yes. Who is Bobby? You know him. Oh, that name is amazing. Yes, we know them. He's a builder on our server, so he's a member of the community. Right. So in today's stream, we have accomplished many things, and those many things are terraforming said landscape over here. We've now got a clear path for this canal, which is nice, which is very, very nice. Coming down this bit over here, follow on to what else we did as well, which was remove this road through here, terraform all of this. This looks so much better. It's crazy. I know. At the beginning of the stream, you wouldn't have thought this was how this is going to look. So let's have a look at the map. This should have loaded in by now. So this is how the river looks now. Before, if I don't know if I have a picture anywhere. It was sort of meandering around here. Meandering, sorry, not meandering. Oh dear. And all of this has now been terraformed as well. So this river is going to carry on this way down into this area. So it connects. It's kind of the route the canal takes. I don't know. That's just coincidence. But anyway, so what we will come back and do. Not saying tomorrow night. Not saying tonight. But yeah. Is the server public? No, it's you have to be part of our Discord to be able to gain access to it. Also, only builders can build on it. But also, I'm illiterate. If you haven't already checked out, please check out my YouTube channel as well. Let me just. Are you going to build the entirety of England in the end? Not in the end, but we'll build it in the overworld. No, I get what you're saying. We're building a representation of a few English towns and villages and cities across a world. Oh, my voice is going. Let me have a run out of water. I've run out of cans. Okay. Yes, so anyway, this area here is going to be our project. And this is a field. Let's get back to the game quickly. There's the link. Perfect stuff. But you can see it's looking a lot better. School's going to go there. Workhouse is going to go out here. Water tower is going to go somewhere. I think over there. Down Tower Lane, yep. And then this will carry on past the hill and go off this way. Thanks, just subscribe. Cheers, guys. Thank you. Very kind. I think we've got quite a few subs out of this tonight, which is lovely stuff. Can anyone confirm the follower count as well, please? Also, we've terraformed all of this down through here as well. This side needs to be done still. But honestly, I think we are ready to start planning the town out properly in our next video. I'm not sure if any of this planning stuff is going to make it into the final cut of the time lapse because the building's going to take up a lot of time, but we shall see. Let me just bash this tree to death while we wait. Wait for what? I don't really know. Wait for me to collapse. But you guys have been awesome. Thank you all so much for actually sticking around all weekend. It's been really great fun. I think I'll be streaming next on Tuesday. I'm going to try and get this next part of my tutorial ready for Saturday and then just stream all week. Because, to be honest, streaming at the moment is miles easier than making videos because I just haven't got the content at the second because I'm trying to... I don't know if you know, but I'm trying to work on a project. It's called Walhampton. And there's a lot more to it. But anyway, guys, as always, let's take a quick little glance at this in some shaders. It's looking good. I know it's only an empty field, but it's looking good. I had a great time tonight, thank you. Mobilize a bit easier, but it's cool. Yeah, I've had a great fun tonight, actually. I'm really not going to lie. I'm going to speed down here and get a picture of the canal. I need to get a picture of... Oh, hello. A picture of... like a thumbnail picture. So I'm going to take a picture of how the river now sits next to the canal. Right, let's take that and then maybe even change the P time to about 7. Ooh. You guys are going to get to see that reaction soon, live on cam. Oh, is it shaders and dock lane time? I think it's shaders. The good old speed command, yep. So, it's that time of the night, guys. The music's got a bit chilled out as well. It's time for us to zoom on down the canal. Down the Grand Union, under the bridge. The bridge of Bridge Street. And over here, towards the avenue. Take a left on the avenue. Go on down. Sign off with a Gordon Ramsay. You call this? Hey, we're not done yet. We got Dock Lane to go look at. I see it. Have I ever shown you this building up here? I kind of like this one. I don't know why. It just has such a huge cornice on it, but very. That was the garden for it. I don't know why. These buildings are alright. This area was never really properly thought out, but yeah, this train station needs rebuilding at some point. I'm not 100% on it, and also unterraformed mess there. Oh god, my voice is going right. So here we are, in the best place, in my favourite place, in my special drawer. Have you seen this? So guys, I'm going to sign off here. Thank you all for watching tonight. It's been great fun. You've helped me get through quite a tedious project. So hopefully we can start building soon. But without further ado, I'm going to say goodnight and sleep well. See you all later on. Thanks for watching.